Welcome, everybody. We're going to do something for you. This is the Glacier Gamble podcast. We're going to talk about stuff. Normally, we talk about entertainment and movies. We're going to keep it that way. We're going to do something a little different. Normally, it's just superheroes. We're going to start with, oh, nice, perfect. We're going to start with talking about something with Mario, which is Super Smash Brothers, potential of a Super Smash Brothers movie. And we'd like to just talk about that idea. There you go. There's that. Yeah.
Saw it and I was like, you gotta talk about it.
Then we're gonna finish with talking about the Marvels. So if you're only here to talk about or listen to the Marvels, there'll be a split in the video. It'll be marked. Feel free to click to that now.
I'm excited to hear our take on the Marvels. Usually we're very positive when it comes to anything we've done. We've done something in the past in regards to like the MCU when She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I'm curious because like there's a lot of negativity going around with
Is
that
there?
trailer. With that trailer,
I've only seen positive stuff. That's funny.
I've seen like everything's woke. So like so
Okay.
like if it's a female led thing, it's woke. If it's an African American led thing, it's woke. If
there's a gay character,
it's woke. And so it's not things being woke. It's just you're probably sexist or racist or anti-LGBTQ plus whatever it is. But yeah, I'm curious to talk about it because everything's like MCU is ruining this, and it's like the Marvels has been in production for a long time. You knew the three characters that were going to headline it, and now it comes out and you're like, this is not what we want, and it's like it's been written in stone, man. So
yeah. So do you want to start with that?
It's up to you. It's just
I think we're already going on it.
All right,
so
we're in.
The 2-minute teaser trailer came out for the Marvels. Apparently there's some negative stuff going on. I was ready to talk about all the positive stuff I had seen. Everybody seems just super excited. So I haven't seen any negativity.
Yeah, I don't. Like, I've seen only negative.
I felt bad about like there was a couple things I didn't like about the teaser, but I felt bad about it because I was like, am I the only one that doesn't like it? Because everything I see is only like good, like positive stuff. But I think it looks pretty good. I think it's interesting that the way that they're just tying their powers together, and that's how they're connecting the stories.
Some way, shape, or form. I've seen a bunch of theories about it already. My favorite part of the whole trailer, I genuinely laughed, is when Goose, the Flurkin, like Kamala like falls down or whatever, and then Goose comes up and like eats the people.
Eats two people.
And she's like, oh my god! Like,
yeah, she looks like she's like it was like a horror scene level cry,
and it was perfect.
Yeah,
like I was like, if she's doing that moment, there's probably nothing there, and she's doing that scene, which makes it even better. So.
Well, I just thought like she portrayed the like different levels of emotion in Miss Marvel really well,
right?
And I just thought like it basically looked like she picked up right where she left off. Like she did just an awesome job delivering that. Even like I don't know how the rest of her performance will be in that movie, but for that scene, that was awesome. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, no, that was the one thing I genuinely like laughed. I'm sitting there on break and I like giggled or whatever. But no, a lot of people just trashing Captain Marvel franchise. I know not a lot of people liked the first movie. It made $1 billion, so a lot of people really did like the Captain Marvel movie. So I don't know. I'm excited for it because we've kind of grown a connection with Teyonah Parris's Photon
Monica
Spectrum,
Rambeau.
whatever. Yeah, Monica Rambeau. And now Kamala Khan. And then you're adding in Brie Larson's Captain Marvel and Nick Fury. Like, I think it's.
So do we know who the main villain is supposed to be yet?
So there is it got to be the girl with like the Ronin hammer. That's my guess. Is like there was a woman with a Ronin.
Because whatever Monica messes with in the trailer, and like they make it seem as if she initiated the connection by touching that in space. So whatever that is that she touches in space is probably where the like whole story is going to be surrounded.
Here's the theory I saw on that, and I wanted to kind of see what you think of it. In What If, there's a portion where Vision Ultron with the Infinity Stones is traveling between
It's so sour.
Traveling between the universes, and it's kind of like a weird shimmery thing on either side of him. And so people think that is what she's coming across, is like the shielded reality between another world.
Okay, that'd be cool. I don't
Kind of
really
like
like it, but oh, sorry, Phoebe. Oh, I thought she was a spider. My cat like tickled my leg. I had a spider on me yesterday, so I went like that to brush it away, and I definitely just brushed my cat's nose away.
yeah.
Sorry, honey bun.
That's all right. That's fine. They
It's
got
fine.
nine lives. It's fine.
It's I didn't hit
Uh,
her hard, I promise.
no, yeah. So would I get the whole multiverse thing is coming up,
Yeah.
and so you got to start bringing that into the fold at some point. And so if this is truly what's going on, how does that specifically impact Monica Rambeau, Kamala Khan, and Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, to switch positions? That's how I want to
Right.
know.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Which we'll
that's the
obviously we'll
question
find
mark,
out.
right? That's the question mark I have.
Um, but it's clear like there's either the trailer was set up this way or this is actually what's going on. Is it seems like, you know, they connect, they separate, they go back to their own thing, and then they connect again. So it's like a lot of like going back and forth, and every time Miss Marvel is doing something, it seems like Captain Marvel is doing something that seems to be important and action packed.
right,
This was originally Captain Marvel 2.
right.
Is this still going to be partially what that story was going to be? So we're going to be following what she's doing, something huge in
Right. She's got to be
space. She's
well,
probably the one
because like
going after this villain.
right, right. She's probably the one going after probably the villain. She's got this own because she's kind of protecting like it's not saying exactly who she's protecting, but she's kind of protecting like planets that can't really protect themselves. Like she did that with the Skrulls when like she was on the Kree side and she was protecting the Skrulls eventually when she realized that Kree were bad. And then she's kind of just been out and about saving different worlds. She's basically been like, screw Earth because,
Sure.
you know, that's Thanos. Thanos is attacking. She's like, nah, they're fine. They're
Yeah.
fine.
People suck anyway.
So she's probably in this big, like, not maybe a war with like between two groups. Monica Rambeau is obviously working with Fury to decipher whatever is going on with this glazed thing. And then Kamala Khan is just kind of warped into it from where she is. I mean, she just opened her closet or something, and then all of a sudden, like, or she gets launched into her closet, and then Captain
Yeah.
Marvel gets launched out. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for it. I think it looks fun, just like how like Blue Beetle looks fun. I think it looks fun, and I think the Kamala Khan being like the not serious part of like the serious group is going to be the comedic relief that we probably expect from that interaction. So
and we know Aman Vellani's got a good delivery for it.
right.
So I think it'll be good. So we talked for those of you that listened to us last week or to maybe some of the shorts that we've listened to this week or released this week. We did mention that one of the things about Blue Beetle and some other movies coming out is that they look fun but not campy.
Sure.
And we talked about how that was what the term I used was fun, not campy. There was a portion of this teaser where the teaser trailer was like, okay, looks like it might be a little campy, which is fine. It's totally fine. It doesn't ruin a movie. It just makes it feel like it's more for kids, which is fine because it's a superhero movie, so it should, you know, probably target kids.
It's not like Blade or Punisher is what you mean. Like it's more like I get what you're saying. Yeah.
It's more Guardians and Thor as opposed to Blade and Deadpool, where Deadpool's fun. And
yeah,
like,
I mean, Aman Vellani and Kamala Khan are very like funny and like easygoing. That's kind of the humor, and then Carol Danvers is very like sarcastic humor.
Yeah.
And then Monica Rambeau really isn't funny, so like hopefully we get a little bit of that.
Right. She's very serious.
Like
I wouldn't mind seeing some humor from her. Yeah.
Like her eventually like warming up to. I mean, she can't.
I also want to see her kick some ass because we've shown a little bit of her, but I would love to see Photon kick some ass. So.
Right, and I don't think I think there's going to be a weird like wedge between her and Carol Danvers because I'm sure she probably thinks like Carol Danvers is responsible for her mother.
Well, there's that line where Miss Marvel says, "We're a team," and Carol looks at Monica, and that's when she goes, "We're not a team."
Right.
And Monica walks away. So it's clear like there's gonna
some animosity. Heads. Right.
Yeah.
And there should be just because that's
it makes sense.
Because
Photon's supposed to replace her.
Right.
So she's that veteran that sees the young person on the roster, knowing that 15th spot on the roster is the young kids now.
Right.
But one thing I did, like I saw a couple comments and like compliments of the movie. Like I said, most of everything I've seen is positive. So that's why I feel bad about like calling it campy, because it's like, oh, well, clearly if other people love it, I should just shut up and embrace it. But one of my favorite compliments I've seen is that it looks like a movie that is just trying to be a movie,
Right.
which is what they think Marvel, like that same person said that that's what they don't like about Marvel. The movies, they're not trying to be cinema, to use a
Right.
term that annoys the
Sure.
shit out of me right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're trying not to, this movie is not necessarily trying to be cinema, but it's trying to actually just be a movie as opposed to trying to be a marketing scheme
Sure.
just to make money and sell merchandise and all that and be woke.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'd agree this movie looks like it's not trying too hard. I think you're going to, so nothing against children, but Iman Vellani's young. There's just like in Ant-Man, the person that everybody disliked, like all the critics criticized the most, was the youngest actor in the movie. You're gonna have a lot of criticism because in parts where an adult would portray it one way, Iman Vellani's gonna portray it another way, and it's gonna feel childish. It's gonna feel off to adults, but that's still what they wanted to go with. So it's gonna feel off, even though it's
Right.
not
And
wrong.
she's what, like not out of high school yet. So
Right.
like she's 17, her character is 17, 18 in that
Yeah.
range probably. So she wasn't driving, so maybe she's still like 16. I don't, you know what I mean? So like,
Right.
yeah, it's gonna, and she's like with the vets now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like both
Nick
Monica
Fury.
Rambeau, yeah,
The
Monica
fangirling
Rambeau,
over Nick
yeah,
Fury got me so good. Like when
Monica
she's
Rambeau.
floating in space,
I know.
they're just like probably the most terrifying thing for an astronaut.
Right.
And is this an Avengers test? After like she's like freaking out and then sees Nick Fury and it's like forgets totally that you're in like a fear that people don't realize they have if they thought about the idea of drifting away in space and what that means because of the lack of gravity, that you'd never really ever be able to come back to where you're coming from.
Right.
And she's just loses all that panic.
Right.
Like I
Right.
loved it. I
Yeah.
loved it. So
Yeah.
sorry.
So, like both Monica Rambeau, Tiona Paris, and Iman Vellani, Kamala Khan, they're in the big leagues now. Like they're gonna be in a situation where like they're going from like, oh, we're powered individuals that were like exhibited throughout these Disney Plus shows, and now they're like, we're in a big Marvel movie. Like it's like they got Captain Marvel and Nick Fury, like A-list Avengers, and now it's like you're introducing this new wave. So yeah, I think it's gonna be really exciting to see. And you
like younger, like a younger Avenger. Like I
right,
don't know what you would call that group, but a group of young, like a group of younger people being the Avengers.
right,
Okay.
the Dark
Yeah.
Avengers.
Yeah. That no.
Yeah, right.
Not a good idea. I would highly recommend not doing that. Other than that, like Nick Fury, I think his character, just like a lot of the people near the end of Endgame, they're a character that is like, okay, we've kind of seen a lot of them. Either prove to us that they have a ton of story left, or this needs to be like he can be kind of that recurring, almost like a Stan Lee role where he's the head of Shield, or he's the head of these organizations,
Right.
or like helping the superheroes behind the scenes. So he shows up for a cameo in every movie. Either we need to see him like become that in this movie, we need to see like where he transitions into that, and then we'll see how often he's used after this.
Sure.
Or we kind of need to see that he's going to be a main character. Like we need to see him a lot.
Right. Like you do need him for these like you do need brief things of Nick Fury, but like you're right. I think more so he's got Secret Invasion, which is like his thing, and then you got Captain Marvel, which he was like the co-star in that first Captain Marvel movie. So like it makes sense, but like going forward, like you need to differentiate who the new leader kind of is, but he can still be like the second to Nick Fury. Like Nick Fury can still exist, but like as the Avengers go on, like Nick Fury's not going to be there like forever, I guess.
Right, just like the Avengers weren't there forever.
Right.
Because Monica Rambeau is involved, I feel like this would be a good time to reintroduce Shield and have him in
Sword.
Sorry, I meant Sword. That's what I meant. And have him kind of tussle with Sword a little bit. That could be where we see the future of his character going. He is honestly the biggest question mark for me in the whole movie is Nick Fury, just because we kind of have a good grasp of where they're going with the powers. Unfortunately, it feels a little like we know where the story is going, and once we figure out the villain, I think it'll be a little bit more predictable in terms of where those three main cast is going to go, where their story's heading. So Nick Fury to me is kind of that, like, what do they want to do with him? He's going to be that side character. Or are we going to actually see him a lot in this movie? Because like he shows
Yeah,
up at Iman
I'd like to
Vellani's or
see.
Miss Marvel's house.
Right. I'd like to see some direction from what Marvel wants to do with him by the end of it. Whether that's like a short conversation with like, you know, Miss Marvel, or in regards to like there's other like, even if they just mention there's other young heroes out there or
Right.
something like that. Maybe, you know, Monica Rambeau's character is the one recruiting them, or like
Right, or
going
like
to find
say
them.
something like you did a great job with Kamala.
Right.
We have some other young heroes out there that need guidance. How do you feel about helping me?
Right, yeah, something like that.
My
That's I mean, that's what I would
expectations
do.
are high, as they are for every Marvel movie, every Marvel project. So far, the one I feel like I've been let down by the most is What If. Other than that, Black Widow maybe. But otherwise, my expectations are high. I think all three of the main cast are terrific at their job, so it's going to be good there. I think they have good cast. We don't know about the writing yet. The special effects in the trailer already look pretty, like they all
when they confuse you, because like at one point Captain Marvel is like fighting Kamala Khan, and then that same person like turns into Monica Rambeau, and then she turns around and she's fighting another Kamala Khan. Like, so like the Skrulls are like obviously impersonating, if there's Skrulls. I don't know what it is. No one knows what it is, because I don't think a
to me like
Skrull.
they were just fighting each other.
No, but like if you look at the first thing, it's like the first time she punches, it's like Kamala Khan's arm, and then like Captain Marvel shoots it, and then that she turns into Monica Rambeau. Like,
Right, yeah, and that's why I thought it looked like they were fighting each other.
unless they like I don't know what's going on. Man,
Yeah,
I don't know. But here's another thing. If it's like, if they're like, right, if say like that's another world, right? Like if that just so happens to be another world, maybe these are Monica Rambeau's and Iman Vellani's,
Yeah,
Kamala
I keep
Khan's
saying Iman Vellani too.
from other, you know, this other world. But I don't think they would introduce an incursion like that already. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna want to introduce something like that big already. I think if anything, the Skrulls might be introduced to like push us towards Secret Invasion. That's probably one of the credit scenes we'll get.
Right.
We'll probably get 2 credit scenes. The other credit scene will be just a fan service one, and then the other one will be the actual like, ooh, we'll see the Marvels will return.
Right.
And that'll be the Skrull one probably. So I don't think they'll introduce too much. I think they're going to try to figure out whoever this main villain is, plus however their powers work. This is when they're going to give us an explanation of Miss Marvel's powers, which will help us with the boy from that show as well. I can't think of his name right now. Kamran. Yes. Yeah. Which will give us a little tidbit into Kamran, even if he's not in this movie. And then it'll help us learn like Monica. It'll help us learn. I think we're going to learn a lot about their powers, and that's
probably learn a little bit about Maria Rambeau too, where she is, what happened to her.
Because I know eventually she was killed in another universe.
Right. I mean, 838 universe. Like they don't talk about that. What happened to her? Well, Scarlet Witch. Because I know obviously Maria Rambeau like died of cancer or whatever, but there was obviously a time where like Carol Danvers like abandoned her. So, and I'm sure that Monica Rambeau, like, obviously is upset about that. So,
right.
Yeah, I'm curious to see all that stuff. So,
Cersei. Yeah. Otherwise,
she's out there too.
Should be good. Yeah.
Cersei's out there somewhere too. So,
or from Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's high expectations. We'll see what it is. We don't know much because it was just a trailer. So let us know what you think for those listening, watching all the stuff. Now let's talk about the other thing. Super Smash Brothers, Super Mario movie. Yes, I've heard like the one thing is like go into it thinking it's a kid's movie and you'll like it better.
Right.
Because it's like they said it's not for adults at all. Like which I was like, oh, what? The Illumination, the people that make Minions? they made a kids movie. Like I was like, no shit. Like so I'm excited to see it. Haven't seen it yet, but huge video game fan. Have a gaming channel. Definitely check that out in Twitch. But we love video games. Super Smash Brothers.
Cinematic universes as well.
We also love cinematic, which is why we tend to talk about them a lot, basically every week. We would love to see a cinematic universe created from Mario. I don't think it's going to happen. Just going to preface it right away.
Yeah, I don't think any more is going to happen in regards to this.
Because that's very adult to create a cinematic universe. It's just
Right.
not happening.
And some of the properties I don't know how well, like some of the properties on this little thing I saw here, credit to Thomas Sullivan who did this. Yeah, we're gamers at heart. And so like we've played all these games. We've played Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers 64 plus Super Smash
Melee.
Brothers Melee plus Super Smash Brothers Brawl. If you added those three
Brawl
together,
yeah,
they're probably definitely top 3 of my most hours into a game.
Probably League of Legends, Fire Emblem, and then
either Pokemon or Super Smash Brothers. Yeah,
it's probably up
but
there.
Fire Emblem's probably higher than Pokemon. Yeah. So definitely played a ton of Super Smash Bros. Used to play it with my dad all the time, and then after the Nintendo 64 controllers had too many buttons, and he stopped playing video games.
Sure.
That was, if people are wondering, genuine true story. The Nintendo 64, there was a lot like the yellow keys basically did they had like double function. You didn't really need to use them.
Right.
You're just playing casually. So, and my dad never shielded. He didn't use the triggers. So that he just used that was it. That was the maximum amount of buttons allowed.
Sure.
Also, my grandma was a huge Super Mario fan. She would always, whenever she bought me games, she would beat them first, and then she would send them to me. When I would go to my grandma's, she had Super Nintendo, and so I would always I'd load up Super Nintendo, and the top file would always be a completed file. Right, my grandma had beat it. So I played a lot of Super Nintendo Smash Bros. So that's where my fandom of Mario and stuff comes from.
Sure.
Plus the voice actor is incredible, and I love his story of how he got Mario, and it was just like on a whim. He showed up, and the guy didn't even want to give him, the casting director didn't even want to give him the time. He was just like, he told him that you start with an Italian accent and go, like, you're this character, you're an Italian accent, whatever, go as soon as you stop, your audition's done. And he said he went for like a really long time because he just basically did like an Italian guy asking somebody what type of pizza they wanted, so he just kept on going and ad-libbing, got the job.
Nice.
Pretty cool. So other than Mario that was in Super Smash Brothers, especially for those who haven't played, for those of you that have played, you know this, there's Pokemon characters, there's Zelda.
Sonic's already has his own movie. He could be included in this. Zelda would be the biggest one, like the biggest one for them to do.
But like
the other ones,
you already have a chasing princess, so do you really want a movie where Zelda's just chasing the princess?
I know, exactly. No, I think Zelda would be insane because I don't know if that illumination.
I just want to see Ganondorf on the big screen.
Yeah, I know, right? Like you get Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf like all in one movie. What?
Who's Link?
One of the little guys.
You know what would be the greatest introduction? Like the before that, like the lights go down and it's like usually the beginning of the movie, sometimes a epilogue or a prologue scene. It's just something like just like little teaser to get the audience fired up. Like, could you imagine if you just you hear like tap 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 tap. Hey, listen.
Navi.
Yeah, and then the movie gets started. I feel like I would love that. I would love, and that's how side.
I think and then so there's other ones. There's Metroid, so you get Samus. Star Fox would be a pretty cool one.
Sweet.
Because you get like the main four, and then you get like Wolf would probably be the villain in that one.
Barrel roll.
Right. And then Slippy. Kirby could be cool. You got a lot of characters in Kirby.
Yeah, well, Kirby has its own show already, has had like products on, I think, Netflix. So Kirby does have stuff out there already.
Right.
So I feel like that
Pokemon and Sonic, not necessary.
I feel like they'd be able to adapt.
Sure. Donkey Kong, if you wanted to do a Donkey Kong movie.
There's a lot of characters for Donkey Kong they could use. Like, they have a lot of characters a lot of Donkey Kong fans don't remember or think about. A lot of people don't remember Funky Kong, or they just, even people forget things like Lanky Kong.
Right.
So you could just have a lot of fun different side characters.
Obviously, Diddy Kong would be the big one in there.
Shooting a peanut gun.
Right. And then, it culminates to a Super Smash Brothers movie, which maybe my thought process was you have Master Hand grabbing all these people from their respective worlds or something and bringing them into like a battle world type thing where they all either got to work together or figure out how to beat Master Hand or something like that. So that'd be my idea. I think Zelda, if they ever did a Zelda franchise, they have to nail that one. because
Yeah.
that's just the biggest one. So
Yeah.
in my opinion. So
Yeah. I think, well, yeah, because Zelda is probably I believe, their next highest
right.
earner for money. So yeah, I think that's the one you'd want to nail. Plus, it's also just every year, every game, just fans flocking to
Yeah.
it. Like
Right.
I more people are interested in this upcoming sequel for Zelda because that was dropped. Ganondorf's coming back
Right.
in the next game. I think more people would be excited for that than if you were to announce like the next, like if they were the next Super Mario Bros. Game for the Switch.
Sure.
This new Zelda game
Yeah.
is gonna knock it out of the park. So you have
Right.
a lot of fans. I think that's 100% the most important. Pokemon, I think, would be the hardest. I think you count Pokemon out for Super Smash Bros. You just don't bring
Sure.
Pokemon into it
Yeah.
because first of all, the voice actor Sarah Nato-Cheney that voices Ash Ketchum. Ash Ketchum's leaving the anime, so
Right.
you'd have to have like generic Pokemon trainer be your
Yeah. Maybe
or
no, it's
like
not even Pokemon trainer. Maybe it's just Pikachu.
right
Maybe Pikachu,
Pikachu,
Jigglypuff, and
Mewtwo,
Mewtwo.
Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Charizard is now like common in there.
Right.
Ivysaur.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you could do them. Like, would you want Pokemon in
Lucario.
there? I think you want Pokemon in there. I think that's just the hardest one to kind of
Right.
include.
Yeah, but like you also have like you have these like cinematic worlds with Sonic and like Detective Pikachu. Like you have the like cinematic worlds already, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. And then like Mario obviously isn't in like there's not humans in Mario, but like they're the humans. But I don't know. It'd be a weird look. I don't know. I think it'd be amazing to see. I just don't know how they would do it.
You also kind of have to realize there's a winner, right? It's not
Right.
like they all can team up against the Master Hand at the end. You'd have to have them actually have like a battle royale, and the winner would have to defeat Master
Yeah.
Hand. And by doing that, you're gonna piss off every fan. All like if say there's a first of all, voice acting cost of paying all these people
Right.
to voice act all these different characters would be insane. Just throwing that. But you'd have to have like fans of Link. If Link and Mario aren't your top two, isn't your finale, all
Right.
these Mario fans are pissed, all
Right.
these Link fans are
The
pissed.
one point when Wii Fit Trainer was the most OP person on the thing. Like how do you
Right.
explain
And
that?
you'd kind of want to throw references to the game of broken stuff like what's her I can't remember what's her name. I feel like it starts with a C. It might be from Animal Crossing or something else. But that character could like summon another character. And when the newest Super Smash Brothers came out, all right, we lost Joe, but that's okay. We'll keep going. When the newest Smash Brothers character came out, she like could summon just a ton of different characters and kind of like break the game. So you'd want references like that in there. You'd want references to certain maps from the games, different changes from the games. You would want all of those to be included. And it would be hard to like do all those while making a good story, while paying all these high paid actors. So you'd want all of that. Welcome back, Joe.
Thank you. I'm here. Let's go.
um, yeah, so I don't know how you'd include all that. What do you
I, I agree. Yeah.
you'd have to pick the most OP character, which would be whoever has the strongest supernatural powers for the winner. And you're
Right.
just gonna piss off everybody else who didn't win. You're gonna have to find some cheesy way for we all work together.
Yeah.
You just can't have
Yeah.
that. Because you got villains,
Right.
heroes, they're all working together. You got me, it's like, no, I want like Marth can beat anybody because he can counter anything.
Yeah, if it's like riposte or whatever. Yeah.
So he should win, right?
Right.
But if Roy hits somebody with a fully charged sword,
Right. They just
the movie
like
ends because you hit too hard.
right.
Ness wins. Yeah.
Ness was one of the OGs too. Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah. Jiggly, jiggly, jiggly.
I was that guy.
I don't know if they decide to grow some balls and do these other movies.
They'd beat me to it.
But yeah, if they I don't know if I necessarily want a Smash movie. I do want a Smash movie. I think it'd be Super Smash Bros. It'd be so fun just to see them all.
I saw this ad of place you can go online and like watch people smash, like watch brothers smash.
There's
even.
like tournaments, I think, too.
Yeah. So,
Like
but yeah,
Smash tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see them grow some balls and be like, we're gonna do a Zelda movie. That's what I want. If anything from the people pushing the Super Smash Brothers like thing, I would want them to do a Zelda movie at the minimum, just so we can see that on screen. You just need someone that can be like, yeah, listen, over here. Just have her be so annoying.
Whoever you cast as Ganondorf, people are gonna be pissed about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like whoever it is, people would be mad. I appreciate every one of you. While we were recording, by the way, we got another like, we got another comment
On that most recent one?
on our most recent short. We've said it 2 weeks in a row. Here's a third week in a row. All the new support, all the new like interactions. Most like they're all, a lot of them are on shorts. I'm okay with that. We appreciate all of you, and we just want to let you know, especially for those of you that are new, you look great today.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. Have no regrets, yeah, I'm tired of my chest on.